Greetings to everyone world over. Wishing you all wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you are in, world over. We extend a very hearty welcome to all our brothers and sisters across the globe in different countries, in different continents, in different working environments, in different mental wellness and health conditions. May God keep all of us with good health, wellness, and happiness. We are carrying out for quite some time a very important series because every Sunday is dedicated. That is at 8 p.m. India's time. And of course, it's a different time zones for everybody world over. We organize a special program for all of you, NRIs for Indian education and skills. And what could be the new avenues? After a thorough research, a lot of hard work, we have found it is the educators, is the teachers, is the counselors, is the trainers, and people those are basically in the education ecosystem to make learning fun, happiness, entertaining, lively, jubilating, scintillating, captivating, where children enjoy each and every moment, whether in school or college or university or institution. All these words are coming from my inside spirit because I'm emotionally involved. I always feel that if the teachers are happy, if they are passionate about their work, nothing can stop India becoming Vishwaguru once again. So this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are, we have got Dr. PRIYA Visweswaran ma'am, and she always talks about what could be the new avenues, what could be the new opportunities, and what all is available for our educators, teachers, and people in education ecosystem. On behalf of ICSI International Chamber for Service Industry, we extend a very warm welcome, hearty welcome to each one of you. Thank you for being a part of these deliberations. And ladies and gentlemen, and particularly our brothers and sisters, those are teachers and educators and in education ecosystem, please remember, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. It's possible. Let's come together. Let's work together. Let's make education and skills relevant. Let's make our Indian educators globally acceptable. Dr. PRIYA Visweswaran ma'am, here is the brief profile. She has contributed a lot to the humanity, but here is a brief what we are giving it to you. As this program is going live without any editing or without any changes, you can read it later. You can get into the details because she has done human service to the entire humanity. So ladies and gentlemen, join me in extending a very warm welcome to Dr. PRIYA Visweswaran ma'am this morning, this afternoon, this evening, and we take the journey forward, new avenues for our educators. Namaskaram, namaskaram, and vanakkam, vanakkam.
Namaskaram and vanakkam. Thank you so much, Major Gulshan Sharma ji, Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji. I feel so honored every time I see you every week. I feel like I'm having Bhagwan ki darshan. And it's such a blessing. It is such grace, God's grace. I feel very lucky to work with Chitra ji and with you. I mean, it has been nothing but a dream for me, a dream come true. And I hope we can do this in perpetuity going forward. From our last session, we were continuing on with questions that people had asked. And from what I had understood, we will be answering some of those questions this week. And then we can resume our regularly scheduled programming next Sunday. And I want to get into, basically, I want to give the curriculum for each of these coaching programs that we have decided we can offer in that 3-month period. We can also talk about kidney disease. So whatever you would like to hear from me, I'm happy to bring that to you. And I think the curriculum for coaching, it is going to be a considerable amount of material that will be transmitted and taught in that 3-month period. So I would like to next week at least give an overview for each of those 7 areas of wellness coaching that we had promised to deliver. I want to give sort of an overview of a curriculum, the lesson plan, and then you can sort of decide or change it, or say, no, we prefer this more than that, something like that. And it is also up to you to run with it if you prefer to do that. Here I am only trying to be a facilitator, and if you would like us to do more, fine, that is also good. So today we are answering the questions from last week, and there is no pressure again to set the topic. I'm happy to talk about preparation for kidney transplant, all the side effects of drugs, what are some alternatives that we can do. I want to talk about the protocol I've developed for the reversal of kidney failure, and how the Army Medical Corps can help with the enrollment of kidney failure patients in a national kidney registry, and how this will help us conduct clinical trials to prove that our kidney failure reversal protocol works, and to publish it from India. In fact, Major Gulshan ji, I had Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, in 2015, I had come to India expressly for this purpose. In Puducherry, where my medical college is, JIPMER, I found that a lot of the professors had left JIPMER and gone to a private entity called Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth. And I went to Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth, and I asked to be enrolled in their PhD program so that this research could be published from India. And so they made me present my findings at their internal ethics committee, external ethics committee, institutional review board, and all that. And after I presented all of my clinical data until that point, then they had advised me to go to the Drug Controller General of India in New Delhi and obtain approval for the clinical studies that would form the basis of the PhD. Now, the Drug Controller General of India has a form that has to be filled out that is available online. And I even applied to the Government of India, Department of Science and Technology for grant award and so on and so forth to conduct the research in India, because I made the commitment that this research would be published from India because its results were guaranteed. Now, the way I can say that with some degree of confidence, if you think of kidney failure as a mountain, okay, and here is somebody bringing an equipment, and they take this equipment and they do this, and the mountain crumbles into a pile of pebbles. So our protocol is kind of like a machine that crumbles a mountain into pebbles. We don't have to show it 300 times. We can, but if we show it once, right there is a significance, because it is not a disease that reverses on its own. And it has not been possible clinically within the parameters of Western medicine to reverse kidney failure. Now there are people that are claiming that diet and supplements, and I mean, I'm seeing a few sites. I have not seen the proof. And I, as a medical doctor, particularly as a nephrologist and as a former kidney patient myself, I can tell you that these things have to be verified. And what I'm saying is that my, few patients that I've reversed from kidney failure, these are people that will stand up and say it publicly, loudly, that yes, this did happen, and it happened consistently without exception. And now it has been 7 years, and they're still safe, alive. They haven't gotten cancer and died. Nothing bad has happened to them. So it works, and it is safe, and it works every single time. So this is the basis with which I'm coming back to India, with the strength and the belief that if this clinical study can be, if the Army Medical Corps can help me and help us conduct this clinical study in India of reversal of kidney failure, then we have the opportunity and the possibility of the creation of a new field from leadership in India. By that, what I mean is we publish it with my, obviously this is my contribution, this is my patent. But what we will do is we will say that the study was done in India because it was done in India. And we'll say this is something that can be used potentially by the West in Western medicine and make it an alternate standard of care to dialysis and to kidney transplantation. So those were some of my thoughts that I didn't have a chance to fully express on our last week's seminar. And I'm happy to, if there are the Armed Forces Medical Corps here today as well, I'm happy to go over the case reports of the individual kidney failure patients in whom we have reversed kidney failure. I can pull that up, it's on our website. And I'm happy to go over that with yourself. So you advise me, Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, how you would like to proceed. So.
Thank you very much, Dr. Priya ji.
Sure.
We dedicated last week, last Sunday program exclusively for the armed forces.
Okay.
And we had taken the complete agenda, and the people those joined us last week, it is just to recapitulate, because last week was dedicated to how the Army Medical Corps they could be brought closer to the non-resident Indians, where there could be some joint research, joint innovation, creativity, and some of the doctors could work closely with the AMC doctors in India. Those are NRIs, and at the same time, the corporate and the others who can afford to provide some equipment, some apparatus, some machines, and other things.
Absolutely.
To the armed forces, and that kind of an arrangement we had discussed last time. We just explored the opportunity.
Very good. I am happy to give you the sort of a rough sketch of this telemedicine chair and a container-based clinic that I had created, and the cost is not payable to me. If you manufacture it, then you make that income. See, it is not about the money per se, but whoever is making it has to make at least 50 to 100% profit. So I will give the breakdown of the equipment, the instruments. I've done all this research 7 years ago. But this particular chair, actually, I designed it in the year before the pandemic, and unfortunate that we could not bring it to the vision to fruition before the pandemic hit, because we could have saved many millions of lives potentially globally had we already had even a beta working version of it. But it is never too late. Now is a good time, because these pandemics are not going to go away. They are here to stay. They are biological weapons of warfare. And if one country can do it, then the next country will feel they can do it too. So let us, and I'm happy to give you the sort of a diagram, a drawing, what instruments I narrowed it down to. And I can even share with you who are the contact people who will supply these instruments at scale for a very low cost. Then we'll have to come up with design engineers who can manufacture the chair, or who can create a prototype. I know some people who can do that. Then we will have to manufacture the prototype, and we may have to do 6, 7, 10 of these prototypes and troubleshoot their working. And once we get them, so there is a bit of investment, and this is something that potentially these units are not to be owned by me. They're not to be kept by me. They will be kept in India, owned by the Indian entity that will take responsibility for that donation that the corporations are giving, the Indian-based companies are giving. So we create these. Then the interior of the container has to be built out like a clinic. There has to be a bathroom in it. You have to have all the facilities for blood work and for urine tests. So you need the consumables, the supplies, and you need the cleaning chemicals and procedures and all that. I will give all of that to you. And then we have to train maybe 10 or 12 boys and girls, young people, who can operate the chair, who can operate the clinic, and we have to give them a system of enrollment and a way for people to come and get their testing done. So maybe these are 5 companies, maybe some top companies in India, Mahindra, TVS, I don't know, some Maruti, from few companies at the top 5 companies. And we tell them, okay, we can screen your 20,000 employees over a year period or over 2 years period. And you have to decide and you have to give us the roster of which 100 employees, their contact information. We will provide them with the testing results and the follow-up care. So once this model is created over a year or 2 year period, then it can be deployed more, in other places as well. Now, in a corporate situation, the corporations will be paying for the equipment, the build out of the container, the testing costs, and so on. But really, the use of this is considerably more in a rural setting. And for that one, I think the government of India will have to at least pay part of the cost. Then maybe both corporates and NRIs can share in the other part of the cost. So our goal will be to deploy this in rural areas where testing, screening, and all that for big diseases like kidney failure, diabetes, these are all considered to be lifelong diseases. And we are at one stage ahead of that, where we are saying these so-called lifelong diseases can actually be reversed based on reactivating the body's regenerative organ system. That is what we are saying. So we have to identify and track those people, and we have to get their disease under control under current parameters of treatment. Then we bring in the reversal stuff. And we supplement the current parameters with all these complementary coaching trainings, the coach stuff, the education, so that people can get control over their disease in that current paradigm. Then we bring in the reversal stuff. The reversal is not easy to deploy unless we have a vast, group of patients that we're treating under the current umbrella with only little help from doctors. A lot of help from the paramedical people that we will train, coaches, and these young people who will run these container-based telemedicine clinics. So it just requires breaking it down into steps, smaller steps, and executing these steps in a precision model. And generally speaking, I would think the Indian Army is who can deliver a precision model of care. And I wish I'd had the opportunity to say all this last week, but maybe this can be passed on to them.
Okay, we will take it forward to them, ma'am. From here, I will speak to the authorities concerned, and we will take the agenda forward. Now, looking ahead,
Yes,
let's get back to our basic program. We were focusing on preparing global teachers,
yes,
global educators.
absolutely.
And post-corona, we all realized that now knowing one particular subject, content, delivery mechanism, somebody may be good at physics, chemistry, math, science, bio, whatever is there, that alone is not going to help. You got to pick up additional skills.
Absolutely.
So for that matter, whether it's an IT skill or it's a technology skill or it's a wellness skill or it's a health related skills, like you gave a wonderful term called neuro coach. So I still recall when you were mentioning about that. Now, what do you think, and how do you plan to package if there is a short, crisp 1 month awareness teaser, or maybe a pilot project, or maybe a launching pad, whatever term you want to use, because English is such a flexible language, you can use anything.
Absolutely, sir.
So
absolutely.
If we wish to run 1 month program that is online without any direct interaction, because we should make optimum use of the technology, and where teachers are potential teachers or existing teachers, They are at their respective locations, places and all. And it is a self-learning mode. That means they have a flexibility. They want to study in the morning, afternoon, evening, weekend, weekdays, whatever time is convenient to them.
Sure, sure.
On their mobile phone itself, on the WhatsApp, they get some kind of a input and a material from our side.
Yes.
Every day. Let's take it. If it's a 1 month teaser program, 1 month innovative intensive curtain raiser program, and contents are in the form, it could be text, it could be video, it could be interaction, it could be reference of some reading material, it may be a reference of some other forms by which the information is available today through the technology. We are just trying to package that information and giving it to them on a daily mode. Let's take it. It's a 4 weeks. So Monday to Friday, you've got 5 days.
Yes.
So you have got 20 working days.
Got it.
So in 20 days, what teaser could be given to them related to some opportunities and avenues available for them to go overseas, to have a short-term contract working assignment overseas, or maybe even if you're working in India.
Yes.
Because education is a services sector.
Absolutely.
So our chamber, when it is dedicated exclusively to services sector, education is the foundation and the base of any human development, any society, anywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So over there in education also, your wellness is very important. Your mental wellness, your physical wellness, your environmental wellness, your spiritual wellness, and of course your financial wellness. That means you must have some work also.
Absolutely, sir.
So if we have to work out, let's see that 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour, some packing of the material related to how to become neuro coach.
Yes.
Or other avenues which we had seen in the presentation today, where we were talking about, besides neuro coach, cellular health coach, functional medicine coach, or reverse aging coach, or dietary metabolic coach, or other areas, whatever we have got, whatever we were talking about in the initial slide. And there are many other avenues.
Absolutely.
So I personally feel our chamber is very clear. We are not looking forward to hand-holding or grooming or empowering those educators and teachers. Those are interested only subject specific. Can I go as a math teacher abroad? Can I go as a physics teacher abroad? No. You're good at yoga also. You're good at meditation also. You're good at spirituality also. You take care of your wellness also. And at the same time, you have some additional traits with you, which basically makes you acceptable globally.
Yes.
That's what is the challenge. And that's what is the agenda. And that's what is the vision I wish to share with you.
Absolutely.
Your views, and thereafter we will close the session. Now it's all your views. I have given my broader perspective, but now your views, ma'am.
Absolutely. So I completely agree with you. I think I want to re-emphasize the stark numbers of need of teachers. So globally it is projected. First of all, I want to talk about the students. At this given time, there are 1 billion school-age students going to school all over the world. 1 billion of the world's population is school-age students going to school under 12th grade and under. Of this 1 billion students, 670 million of them cannot do basic arithmetic and basic writing. If you give them 5 rupees and tell them to go buy a loaf of bread, they cannot get the change. I don't know what it costs these days, but if you go to the market, I haven't been to India in 5 years, but if they go to the grocery store, maybe it's 20 rupees now, and you give them 20 rupee and they go there and it's 15 rupees and 85 paisa, they cannot get the change because they don't know to do the basic addition subtraction. The second thing is, if you ask them to write a small paragraph about themselves, they cannot do it. So 2/3 of the students in the world do not have an actual meaningful education. On top of that, in the next 10 years, it is projected that we need 69 million teachers globally. This is a projection of the Western Hemisphere based on about 1 teacher for 20 to 30 students, at least to give them some basic life functioning skills. 69 million, and million meaning, I don't know how, I think it's 690 lakh teachers. So even if these teachers are teaching only mathematics or only physics or only chemistry, they will still have a job no matter what. Even in India, they will have a job and they will have a well-paying job. But if they choose to get coaching skills, and the coaching skills can be given to them in as short of a period of time as 3 months, the training to become a coach. So they have a teacher degree and they have the training to become a coach in 3 months. They get the certificate is irrelevant, you said, fine. But after the 3 months, we help them create their own coaching additional side business or main business, depending on whether they already have a job or they don't have a job and they want income. So let us say in that 3 months that when they join, we are marketing their coaching business and we are helping them become the best coach they can be in that 3-month period. Then from the end of the training, they immediately start off as coaches. Now they're logging hours of coaching. They're logging in hours of coaching. When they get to a certain number of hours, they can get credentialed by the International Coaching Federation as an associate coach, a coach, advanced coach, and so on. There are many grades of this coaching thing. And when they get credentialed by the International Coaching Federation, now they're a teacher and they're a coach. And they have international accreditation for their coaching. We have to look into all of the aspects of it. I'm just proposing something. We can put them in a broad category of healthcare coaches, and whether they're teaching asthma control or diabetes with diet and metabolism, or kidney failure reversal, aging reversal, neuro coaching, whatever it is that they're teaching, we can bring it under a broad umbrella of healthcare and wellness coaching. And then we can liaise with the International Coaching Federation that once they get their hours, they will be given the title per the International Coaching Federation as associate coach or full coach or advanced coach, whatever it is. Now they are teachers and they are coaches. And coaching area, as we've discussed and looked at for several weeks, is a much more, it's a more sort of a difficult area to be than teaching. Teaching has a lot of challenges, but coaching has a totally different universe of challenges. So to be a teacher and a coach means there is no way these people will not have a job for the rest of their lives. There is no way they will not make a substantial income for the rest of their lives. And in order to differentiate themselves and to become much more employable, every 2 to 5 years, they can come and take another coaching module. Now you may have over a 10, 20-year career span, somebody may have 5 different coaching hats that they can wear. And they'll be the only person in the world that a particular child or adult with a particular kind of problem they can help. And there'll be tens of thousands of such people. So the job security, job satisfaction, and the earnings will all soar the more the education they get to become coaches, in addition to being teachers. So we are not saying give up the teaching. We are saying add to it to make it more unique, more difficult to find in the world, and definitely more effective in the job too. Imagine if you're a teacher and a coach, how much more effective. Even the poorest scoring student, the 670 million who cannot write a paragraph or do basic arithmetic. Why are 2/3 of our students who are going to school not getting basic education skills? Because the teachers are not coaches. The teachers are there to deliver a certain amount of content, whether the student understands or not, how to motivate the student to get the best out of them. This is what the coaching does. How to get the student to do the work. The coach does how to get the student to do the work. The teacher's job is just go vomit the content, which is okay. We need that too. So there is a complementarity in the two professions. That is like, here in America, they say peanut butter and jam. Like honey and I don't know, butter, or cucumber sandwich, cucumber and butter, cucumber sandwich. There is a complementarity in these two professions that is very difficult to, it is difficult to beat this combination. Even a person who has a PhD in education, if they cannot coach, coaching is the way of figuring out the motivation and how to get the person to do their own learning. So these 670 million that are already not up to par, imagine we have to have adult learning schools for these 670 million children who are graduating without, who will graduate in the next decade without having basic skills. So there will be, I'm predicting the future, Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji. I'm predicting the future here, because the future is quite mind-boggling with regard to the challenges in the area of education. These 670 million who are not getting basic education will have to undergo adult learning camps at night. The government will have to invest. Corporates, already I'm seeing in America, all corporations that are employing people are becoming the parents of these people, because the parents are not able to give them the skills that they need to survive in a modern world. So it is the corporations that have to give ongoing training. Who will they turn to? The corporations will turn to teacher coaches. Will they go to just teachers? No. Like you said, if you're only teaching physics, that is a great job. I salute you. But the corporations who are doing adult learning and adult education for their employees, they have to know, because all the machines that are being created are computer powered. They have to know how to operate a basic keyboard to put in something, and then the machine will do the job. To do that part, they'll have to have the basic education. They should be able to read, write, fill out a notebook, or fill out online or something. So they will go to teacher coaches to set up adult learning institutions for corporate workers, which they will attend in the evenings and nights. And I'm also projecting the other 230 million that are not doing so bad. Even they have to learn 200 subjects, 200 areas of personal development, and about 40 to 50 subjects, okay? 200 areas of personal development and 40 to 50 subjects to get a job that is equivalent to an undergrad educated job today in 10 years' time. Otherwise, the machines are going to take over. Everywhere it's going to happen. So even if the machines take over, there is job for human beings. Even in India, where human beings are doing all the jobs, machines will come. Believe me, this is how it is going. There is nothing we can do other than to adapt ourselves to that future. This is the future, I'm telling you right now, with all humility and the deepest of respect. 200 areas, personal improvement and development, how not to be jealous, how to work in a team, how to be a team lead, how to have a servant leader mentality. There's going to be 200 areas of personal development that every human being will have to go through. And every human being will have to learn at least 40 to 50 subjects in 3-month modules like this in order to get a job at an undergraduate degree equivalent level. If it doesn't happen in 10 years, it will happen in 20 years. People are looking for efficiency in all jobs and in work in general. So these teacher coaches will enable those adult students not only to catch up the gap, the 670 million that have been left behind. So 69 million is just for the 1 million that are graduating every year from 12th standard. 69 million teachers. I think India is graduating 12 million 12th grade students every year. Here in the US, it's 3 million every year. If you add it all up, it's, you know, certain, maybe it's 50, 60, 100 million, but 69 million from first standard to 12th standard, we are going to need that number of new teachers because the population has also grown. There is more education that is needed. There is more development that is needed at the level of school. So I'm actually working here with people in America to break down these subject matter, whether it's personal development or higher education, graduate education. I'm working with them to create, I mean, I'm not doing it, they are doing it, but the idea is mine to create micro-learning modules. Again, micro-learning is not my idea, but I brought it to the people who I think are most likely to succeed in doing it. So they are doing these micro-learning things, and my goal is to get it to nano-learning level, and the nano-learning level is going to be done from India. And I haven't yet raised this with them, but I will be raising it with them in a short period of time. Because that is the way we have to give back. We have to give our people an opportunity. So these teacher coaches will be at the forefront of those creating the curriculum for nano learning. So there is a tremendous amount of scope and work, and the career path is a teacher coach and getting in depth into their area of subject expertise. Within 5 years, they can become the nano learning expert in that and start developing nano learning curriculum, which will be used globally. There is no limit to the potential for being a teacher in India today. No limit to the potential. They can go anywhere they want. They can ask for any salary they want. And they will be more than comfortable. They will be rich. And they will be rich within 10 years' time when they follow this pathway. So that is our salutation to all the teachers of Mother India. And what I want to say is, have the faith. We are working to help create this career path. Believe us, you will not be left on. We are not planning on just giving you a certificate and throwing you out, find your own. No, we are going to do it from beginning to end. We don't want the money. We want you to have a job. We are committed to your having a job and your having career satisfaction and your contribution making a difference to this world. We need you. How are our children going to learn 200 areas and 40 to 50 subjects to have a job in 10, 20 years from now? Only with teacher coaches. Otherwise, it's not going to happen.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And we'll take this discussion forward next week. And it would be very, very kind of you. And thanks for your most valuable inputs. And we will continue with these deliberations. Our deep gratitudes and thanks from the Chamber for coming today and for being a part of the deliberations.
Thank you. I just want to say one last thing, sir.
Yes.
This thing that the people here, my collaborators in America, they're doing, actually, they are doing all of the job. The part that is collaboration is my giving them the idea. So they are breaking down the graduate education material that there is. It's vast. All of this higher education that is created in America is huge amount of higher education. Master's degree level in 2,000 subjects, maybe 20,000 subjects, PhD in infinite number of subjects. They are breaking down the existing knowledge at high level into small chunks. But these chunks are still not small enough for the entire globe. Only Indian teachers can grasp these chunks because they will be 5 to 10 minute blocks of learning. Then working with them, this is not a small job what they are doing, and it cannot be done right now by too many people in India. That is just what I'm humbly saying. But when we go to the next level, they will take the help of our people. That is my goal and objective for working with them at this level. I haven't yet told them about that. That is secret between us. But when I'm talking to them, I will be bringing this up at the next level of breaking it down. We will take the help of Indian teachers and coaches. So that will create a career path for all those who do the teacher coaching. In 5 years, that if you get tired of coaching diabetics, how to come out of diabetes or whatever it is that you're doing, or you don't want to do it anymore, or you want some change, then you can come into the curriculum development for this nano and micro learning stuff.
Thank
at
you.
a graduate level, at a very high master's and PhD level. So the volume of learning that there is voluminous, and it is almost solely here in America. Yes, there is graduate level learning in some other countries, little bit, Europe, UK, Netherlands, Germany, whatever. I'm not putting those countries down, Australia and all. I'm not putting them down. What I'm saying is the volume that has been done here in a rigorous scientific way is just, you cannot even imagine the volume of higher education work that has been done here. It is huge. That is why people come here for higher education. What we are trying to do is to break it down and make it available in India itself.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shah. We meet next Sunday at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Again, we will
Excellent,
be with you.
Sir. Do you have a topic for me for next week? Or shall I continue the regular? I can talk about the curriculums in the different coaching programs.
Yes, we will take on that. We will take on that.
Excellent, sir.
Chitra ma'am will take the details from you, and we will have the micro learning, the way you have mentioned modules, and something very interesting which you have given, the nano part and all. Let's see what best can be. We will discuss it out. We'll plan it out what is to be taken next week.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
very much. Yeah.